Alright, my name's Dave. I'm with Robinson Creek Fabricators. I want to show our patented Polaris Ranger stake pocket anchor and tie down. First thing I want to do is I want to go over some of the parts of it, and then we'll show you how to install it. Basically, what you have up here on the top end of it is you have an eye bolt that sets above the bedside. That's your actual anchor point. You have a flat washer with an expansion plug below it, and then of course below the expansion plug is a nut which can be tightened or loosened depending on the fit of the stake pocket. Then you have a threaded rod, and on the bottom side of the threaded rod you have a two-piece washer, which the smaller of the washers actually fits inside the opening of the bottom of the bedside of the Ranger. And last but not least, you have a nylon lock nut to hold everything together. Alright, now what I'm going to show you is the actual installation of the stake pocket anchor inside the bedside of the Polaris Ranger. First thing you got to do is you need to take the lock nut off the bottom, remove the two-piece washer off of it, install it through the bedside, and it'll actually extend all the way through. Now, if you see, this is a little too snug. All I need to do is take a 1/2-inch wrench, loosen the nut below the expansion plug, and then try and reinstall it. Still a little bit too tight. You don't want it over tight. You just want that expansion plug to be snug in the opening of the stake pocket. That's a pretty good fit right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the bed so that I have access to the bottom of the anchor. I take my two-piece washer, and with the smaller washer facing up towards the bed of the Ranger, I'm going to install that on the threaded rods protruding through the bottom of the bed of the Ranger. Go ahead and get my nylon lock nut started. And I'm going to just basically use a 3/8 ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket to go ahead and snug up the lock nut on the bottom of the anchor. Now I'm holding the top of the eye bolt at the same time to keep it from rotating in the stake pocket on the top. And I want to make sure that the smaller washer actually fits inside the opening of the bottom of the bed. I do not want to over tighten the lock nut. All I simply want to do is snug it up, because if you over tighten it, the bed is plastic and the actual anchor is metal. There is a possibility that you could break something, and we don't want that. And besides the fact, you don't need to over tighten it. The expansion plug at the top is basically going to hold the anchor in place. You're just putting a nut on the bottom of it and holding that rod in place with the two-piece washer to prevent the rod from walking in the hole if you really strap a load down on the top of this eye bolt. And that's it. Very simple. I know it's a little overcast out here right now, but we showed the installation of the Robinson Creek Fabricators Polaris Ranger stake pocket anchor, and I just wanted to get a quick give everybody a quick idea of what our idea of being able to strap something down on our Ranger is. As you can see, we've got a 40-gallon skid sprayer that we put in the back of our Ranger to spray our pastures. And that's basically why we came up with this anchor, was the thing that is on the things, plural, that are on the market right now are lacking, if you ask me. Polaris sells a set of D-rings that actually installs in the bed, the bottom of the bed in each corner. I think you can get them for about $30, and they used to come installed on the Polaris Ranger. Now it's an option, you have to pay extra for it. But and I had an older Ranger with those in it and didn't like them, didn't trust them. They were difficult to strap something down. You couldn't strap a cooler down or anything in the bed of the Ranger. It was extremely difficult. It made things very difficult. We use our skid sprayer for spraying our pastures when they get a little weedy, and you have the skid sprayer, which is a little heavy, and then you put 40 gallons of liquid in it. It's very heavy, and then you ride over rough terrain with it. Those little D-rings that you can install on the bottom of the bed and the corners of the Ranger bed, I wouldn't trust them personally. Besides the fact they're difficult. Now you can also, Polaris makes a lock and ride system, but the only thing that holds that lock and ride in the stake pocket hole is the expansion plug. You put it in, you flip the tab down, it expands the plug, and then you can tie off of that. The only problem is, again, it might work great for strapping a 5-gallon bucket in the back of your Ranger, an empty 5-gallon bucket, but I definitely would not trust it for my 40-gallon sprayer. Now, there's other things that I end up strapping down in our Ranger also. I mean, I deer hunt, so we take deer stands out into the woods, and we cut hay, bale hay. You might need to put 6 or 8 gas cans in the back of your Ranger, and there's no convenient way to strap those down. So we came up with the Robinson Creek stake pocket anchor. We think it's a great product. It works great for us. Actually, I came up with this a couple years ago and have made slight improvements over the last couple years, and it works so great that I got a patent on it. And now I thought it was such a good product for myself, and I'm kind of a picky person, that I'm sure that other people out there needed this, because I haven't been able to find anything else on the market that would suit my needs. The one thing that you do have to remember is the bed of the Ranger is plastic, and you are limited by that. So keep in mind that the Robinson Creek stake pocket anchors are metal, and if you over torque something that is strapped down in the bed of your Ranger, you could damage the bed. So keep that in mind. Don't overdo it. And of course, I already explained during the installation of the anchor not to over tighten the bottom, the lock nut on the bottom of the anchor, because again, you could damage the plastic bed. So keep that in mind. We have a website where you can go, RobinsonCreekFab.com. If you go to our products page on that website, there is an order button. You click on that order button, it'll take you to Amazon.com, and you can order these all day long. We do solicit comments and feedback and input on our product, so feel free to, if you think something could be done a little better, made out of some different material, whatever, we're very open to comments and suggestions. We want to make sure that we are putting out a quality product that suits your needs. So please, you know, if you have any comments or feedback, by all means put it on our website, submit it to us, and we'll take a look at it and we'll get back to you. I promise you that. Again, you can go to our website, RobinsonCreekFab.com, and I hope you enjoy your Polaris Ranger stake pocket anchors.